up, everybody? Another ride to work today. It's Monday. It's really nice out, a little cool. I got the Viking jacket on with the vents open. That's pretty comfortable, and I got my vents open up on top of the helmet. Hopefully I don't scoop any bees or anything up today. But just another ride to work and enjoy the day. I'm quickly approaching the 1,000-mile mark already, coming into the end of April. My wife and I went out of town for Friday night there. We both had Friday off from work and decided to take a little trip down toward, like Youngstown, Ohio and Canton, Ohio and stuff. And we were actually amazed how much greener and everything's more, the flowers are out already a little bit more than us. It's hard to believe only in that, a little bit of an hour and a half, 2-hour drive, how much difference it is with the conditions down there. But I don't think that area and the Pittsburgh area get quite as much snow as us. But we end up going to a bunch of wineries on Friday. That was pretty much our game plan Friday. Just hit a bunch of wineries we'd never been to before, and we ended up going to a nice place to eat. We just got our tax money back, so we lived like we had a little bit of money. But we found some pretty good wines, and then of course there was a couple of wineries that were supposed to be open at 1 o'clock, never even opened up, so that's kind of annoying. But anyway, then Saturday we decided after we got breakfast at the hotel and left, we go to a couple of breweries and stuff, and actually went to an Indian dealership down in that area, which was pretty cool. And of course I went to a Harley Davidson dealership. They had a brewery in it, which I'd been wanting to go to that for some time. The beer was okay though. I wouldn't rush down there to get that beer from the Harley Davidson dealership there. The Biker Brew House is what it's actually called. They did have quite a few nice Harleys down there. But the Indian dealership actually was an Indian and Kawasaki and of course Polaris. They had a lot of nice stuff down there. They had some nice used bikes and stuff down there, and I was really enjoying being able to go to that Indian dealership though. Like I said, they're kind of far and few between. It's not like Harley, which is every 50 miles or so around this area. But that's okay. I've talked about before, it's nice. It's of course we drove the car. I drove my Kia down there. Can't load all that stuff up. We ended up coming home probably about 2 cases of wine or so. Pretty close. But we did find one brewery we really liked down there. It was a veteran-owned brewery. It was a father and son. The father was actually, both of them were Army. The son had actually got injured over in Afghanistan, I believe he said. But they had just opened up. They actually started off as home brewers. And they decided, they go to the homebrew competition one more time before they actually started to open it up as a full-time brewery. But they won quite a few awards. But what was nice there, actually, my wife and I ended up finding three stouts and a porter that we liked. And we ended up bringing home one of the stouts, excuse me. And the stout was actually like a coffee stout. They had an oatmeal stout, a coffee stout. They had one that was somewhat barrel-aged. It was kind of nice. My wife actually liked that one. I really like the barrel-aged beers. My wife generally doesn't like it because of the extra rum alcohol taste to it. But she actually liked that one quite a bit. And actually, what he said is they didn't put a lot of the chips in there that they use to get the flavoring. So it wasn't really strong. It had a higher alcohol content. I think that one was 14%, something like that. We ended up buying a growler of the coffee stout though. That one was like 6% alcohol, but that one we really enjoyed that one. We actually both drank most of that last night watching TV and stuff. Yeah, we went to that Packard Museum, and they actually had a motorcycle exhibit going on at the same time at the museum, so it was pretty cool. There was an old Indian chief there. I can't remember the year, like 40 something maybe, but they had a lot of older trials bikes. They had a 77 Harley, an orange one with a sidecar. That was absolutely beautiful. I love that thing. You would never know that thing was from 1977 when you looked at it at first, though. It looked like a newer bike. But, and of course, they had a couple bikes from Australia that I'd never heard of. They were kind of like smaller, I think either 125s or 175s, something like that. Never heard of this brand, though, but they're from Australia. But it was kind of cool. That's actually the second time I've been to a car museum, and they've had motorcycles there, too. But it was, the show of bikes was going from January until, I think the first week in May. But that was pretty cool. Got to see some off-road bikes and on-road bikes and just different brands. Yamaha. I think there was a couple Hondas maybe in there. But that was pretty cool. Nice random stop. It was nice, like a nice little weekend. Like I said, we found a couple good wines and a couple good beers that we like down there. I actually want to go a little bit further south. I'd like to get closer to the Ohio River a little bit more. Every time you go a few hours in a different direction, the wine does seem to change in the flavor, you know. A lot of it's the soil and the temperatures, and I guess it depends like on the acidity of the soil and what they use too. The type of grape, obviously. Speaking of grapes, I know they were spraying. I went by a place earlier, they were spraying. I don't know. I'm breathing in some crap now. I might be sick later. Ugh. But there's our Johnson estate. Hopefully.
Well, the gypsy woman told my mother on the night I was born, says you got a boy, a child coming.
Very rare that I've been seeing too many bikes out during the week when I'm riding to work. I know the other night I was driving home, actually. I didn't have the bike because it was supposed to rain and it never ended up riding, and I saw like 9 bikes on 86 heading back toward the Jamestown area. I don't know where they were coming from, but I've had 10 years of riding back and forth from Nepa to Jamestown. I've never seen that many bikes out at once. During the work week anyway, at nighttime. I'll generally see them out during the day. You know, everybody else gets out of work earlier, but I'm just starting my day. Another bike. Yeah, I must be, well, this sucks. I gotta go to work. I keep seeing all these people riding now. That's a bummer. I already played hooky last week though. Everybody, I'm almost to work. I'm in Faulkner now. I'm taking a little side road that goes up to the college, but I guess I'll start wrapping this video up and get it out sometime during the week here. I still got to edit my mail call Monday video from earlier, but I guess we'll wrap it up now, and until the next time, thanks for stopping in, thanks for subscribing, all that jazz, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.